A very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Bucks County Curling Club. It's the 8th annual Big Buckin Bonspiel from the Bucks County Curling Club here in Warminster, Pennsylvania. We started with 32 teams and we're down to just these 8. It is the finals, and here on our featured sheet we have from the Bucks County Curling Club team Chris Mahoney versus from the Richmond Curling Club, the Ice Bandits. Now coming out on the ice for the piping ceremony is our club piper, Tom Jolly. And you see the participants making their way down the ice. Tom Jolly, our club piper. Participants all now getting their traditional shots at Drambuie. Shots being handed out by two of the co-chairs, Jess Glaccio and Dan Pearson. Almost dumped the pretty shots there.
Thanks to all the people for the donations to the Blues Wheelbarrow. Thanks to the wagon, and raffle donations and stuff like that as well. Bonspiel committee on myself, Jess, Pat, and Michelle. Once again, we thank you all for coming. Also, thanks for the commentary for the all games are events, no timer. You're free to play as long as you need to. If you do have a tie break, you'll play next time.
This is the booth hoping there's not an extra end. And getting ready to take the traditional shot at Drambuie to the piper.
And
And with that, handshakes are underway, and we are here for the finals. I'm Dave Schmidt. I'm joined by Gord Copperthorne. And Gord, it's been a pleasure playing with you all weekend, and thanks for sitting in with me in the booth here.
Us down, first and foremost. It's not the shortest trek, but it was well worth the miles to get here. We had a great time here in Bucks County. We'll certainly come back someday, and I'm a bit torn on this one. When I lose to a team, I like them to go on to win it. I feel better about myself. But the opponents are Canadians, so I'm a bit of a split attention on this one.
That's true. That's true. Well, Chris Mahoney is the current president of the Bucks County Curling Club, and has had a good run in this in the last few years. And as you mentioned, their opponents, the Ice Bandits from the Richmond Curling Club, as Tom Jolly plays himself off through the warm room.
If you're going to go out in fashion.
Oh, we always love having Jolls.
I think he's going to pipe himself right to his car.
Stopping past the treasurer first.
A little Drambuie top up. I got to say, Canadians and Americans do things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
The hospitality down here has been fantastic. Some of the rituals are very different and fun. Some of the subtle things, leads flip here. That was one I learned.
Yeah, yeah. And that's distinctly an East Coast U.S. thing.
Fair.
Okay, so we are underway. Winning the toss was a team from the Richmond Curling Club. They're from Ottawa. We'll talk more about that later. But here is the lead for Bucks County, Mary Fannin. So Bucks will be throwing the Blue Stones here in the first end.
They're going to make it easy on us. Blue shirts throwing blue rocks, red shirts throwing red rocks. Can't get this wrong.
Absolutely correct. And the finals are underway. So on the brush there is Lindsay Poziel, rather.
Having been down here and played for the last 5 games, green ice, the whole 9 yards, I am going to give full compliments to the ice staff. This ice was terrific and by no way an excuse for any loss that we suffered. It was great curling.
Yeah, and especially not in the sheet that we suffered it on. That ice was perfectly fine. We had self-inflicted wounds, buddy.
The ice was 15-5 and we played 14-3. We failed.
So that was Trevor Garr, the lead. Not to be confused with East Coast regular and the Bonspiel circuit, Trevor Gall. This one does come into the ring, so Mary's going to dispatch it. Mary, often a back-end player. So Jimmy is her brother sweeping it. That one's going to overcurl and slide right on by everything. So early opportunity for the Ice Bandits of Richmond Curling Club.
They did a really good job of capitalizing on any oops they got this morning.
And we did give them a sufficient number of oopses, brother.
Make one, miss one is not a winning strategy in the A side.
Or else my colleague sitting directly in front of me, I really wanted him to be calling this game.
Player call. This is an upside to either one. Well, that is a very well split house. That's going to be hard to defend too.
Yep, so here's Jimmy Fannin. Jimmy's a southpaw here. Left-handed curler. All 4 members of this team, Gord, are huge volunteers here. We're a strictly volunteer club. We have no paid staff, as is, at least on the East Coast, the norm.
It was the norm of our world 15 years ago. I grew up in a club where everybody was a volunteer, and this day and age, everyone's a paid staff. It is what it is, changes the dynamic. You want a different environment, so on and so forth, but it is actually quite refreshing to see the enthusiastic volunteer model still working.
And not to bury the lead, that was a fantastic hit and roll underneath cover. That's about as good as he could have made it.
Yeah, this is these sheets have been swinging quite a bit, especially I guess most of our curls have been inside out. So they played the right turn there to take a little bit out of it, but they played that role brilliantly for rock 3 of the end.
So this is second, Jesse Atfield. Jesse makes that one, but because of that good hit and roll, now you got that grouping where a double is not out of the question here. But Chris is going to play a little bit closer to the vest and just roll in front.
It's one of those little subtleties in curling. If they play the out turn on that hit, it spreads the rocks a little farther, though it may have been a whisker harder to call. You took the easier call, but now your rocks are grouped together. But first end, just make shots.
Absolutely, and we saw that a lot in our game. It was a lot tougher to call the inside outers. This one's tracking pretty nice. Is going to get a roll. Make contact with the other one? No. That's okay. You're going to skitter back to where you were, so it's really no.
Plan B was better, if not just as good as A.
Absolutely. So Atfield's going to throw his second here.
So here's a nice example of it. You can now play the other turn at this, so your reds will spread out. If that had rolled a quarter rock less, you're forced to group your rocks again. Now, we didn't have any experience on B this weekend, but we were seeing the center line being a bit of a sticking point on most of the sheets.
Yeah, they're working this over. They're going to get a piece. Is a shooter going to stay around? And Mahoney says, no, it's going to go away, and did not even do the job of removing the Bucks County stone guard.
The roll at least is a bit of a catcher, so this blue hit you got to be mindful of. But yeah, they would have liked to have kept a little biter on the outside there.
Now, Lindsay, who is coincidentally Chris's better half, ready to throw this one.
A little full on the broom, but it should get a piece of the red. Might not stick around.
Gonna hit it. Will it stick around? It won't. It's gonna drift out. So
that outside in, you give it any kind of a float, and they just kind of sit there in that awkward hold your breath, maybe it'll curl kind of way.
Well, Chad just answered my question here. I was curious as to whether he was gonna play a draw here maybe, but he's gonna keep it a little close to the vest here in the finals and ask Mike Conway, his third, just to take it out.
They were pretty consistent in their draws and hits this morning, so I wouldn't say they were sitting on this as the easier shot for them. It's just preference at first end. Give them it's the old adage, you take the easy shot, give them the harder shot, and see who wins in the end.
Yep. So we're going to go up and down for a minute here.
Right now you're looking for a half shot miss so that you can get the opportunity to wrap one around the guard. And that was our oops this morning. First end, we left them the guard to wrap around, and then we sure made advantage of it.
Yeah, it's amazing how important those lead rocks are, honestly.
This one's also out there.
This is out. Mary's going to try to walk it over if she can. It's sauntering. I don't know if it's walking yet.
The Sunday stroll didn't make it.
No, it just slides straight on by. So now opportunity back for...
So here's a good one for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you wrap the guard or do you split it? Do you go for the junior deuce or use that guard and say this backside red's not so fun?
I think if you play the junior deuce, you have less of a chance of ever getting forced.
Fair. You do also leave them the center line to play with if they were so brazen in the first end.
Now, Chris is an attorney. Attorneys generally aren't brazen by nature.
Caution is spelled with a capital K.
But it's a little high, so I think Chris is going to play a hit in a big roll here.
Even the short roll under the guard, you're going to be
He's got
T at worst.
Right, he's got a lot of win-win here.
They get a lot of choices in this one. This is now the team working together to say, hey, where do we want to stop this roll?
So Chris Mahoney coming on down. He is straight up dressed in his Mets gear. Now, it is Mahoney, even though his jacket says Mahoney. It got misprinted when they sent it to him, and he just rolled with it.
I can feel that. I coach a team up north, and somehow my last name got butchered, but that was actually kind of the fun of it, because I have enough jackets that are done right. It's fun to have one that's a bit goofy.
Well, we have one of our club mates who is Wade Norquay. He's from Manitoba, and I had a trophy engraved, and, well, my guy left the E off, and he's on there as Wad Norquay, and from now till the day he dies, he is Wad.
Hello, Wad. How are you this evening? So there's an example. Like, they got to make that choice, and they chose the long roll, and it was really well done. All right, that's there's no air on that one. That's just smash the hell out of it and hope rocks all pop.
That's fantastic. And apparently I've been informed that Wad's mother is very disappointed that I have not replaced it and put the E on the trophy.
Okay, I'm going to throw this one out there. Your guys' solo cup,
Yeah.
That is the best story ever. For anyone who's not here, I come in the front door and there's a quote-unquote trophy, which is a bunch of solo cups, red solo cups, plastic, throw them out when you're done, solo cups, held together with black electrical tape, and it looks like somebody half sat on it, and this is a trophy.
And it is a treasured relic.
This is true entertainment curling. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of this one. He's going to pick a piece. This might work. Oh, it's coming up.
He hits it.
Not a good outcome.
The shooter is just nibbling. It's a flop.
Yeah, flobber. For those who don't know, that's a very traditional term back in the layman's days when those outside biters, you frankly couldn't hit them back in the old days. There was always a shelf out there. No matter how hard you threw it, it either slid into the boards or dove into the sheet. So you couldn't hit them. So the flobber means, beat the term, effing a little outside biter. A flobber. That was how a lot of people used to win back in the day of no free guard zone rule. You wanted to roll out to where you literally couldn't be hit. That's how you got your two.
Well, because, that's back in the day. You weren't even using rocks. Weren't you just using petrified cow dung?
I don't know. That paint can full of concrete worked pretty good. All right, so we're going for, tuck a rock under this guard and make their one hard.
Yep. That's what Chris is looking to do here. I would characterize the way Chris calls the game as pretty balanced. He's not really a hit guy. He's not really a draw guy. He kind of just slides to what's going to work right now.
Well, they're getting their exercise on the first one.
Now, if anybody can brush it here, it's these two. See Jimmy showing some really good sweeping form.
Extremely clean ice, but still didn't work out enough.
Nope.
So now there is a shot for the two here. That was the downside of the draw, is you left the shot for two, but in all fairness, you needed to bite the house to make it work, so unfortunate. I don't know what it is at the moment, but most of the week it's been running between 14.5 and 15, so it's really, really nice ice. First end can be tricky, though.
Yeah, and it's always good because we do make sure we scrape right before our finals. A lot of club events, you don't get scrapes like the pros get every draw.
Even still, the worst we ever had was 13.5 to start the game, and by second end it was 14.5. So maybe it's an experience thing to just throw that first end a dozen feet heavier than you thought.
They're working on this one hard to hold it.
Looks like a nice nose to me.
Looks pretty good. Straight on the beak, and they got their dues. So it is the Richmond Curling Club with a score 2. Mahoney will have the hammer in this second end. Taking a look around the sheet, we have all of our other finals. In our B event finals, it is Ken Finkelstein from Bucks versus Tim Fagan from Bucks. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to take Bucks in that one. And over on sheet D, we have our D event finals. It's Roger, I always find a way to play on Sunday, Rowlett versus the team from Diamond State Curling Club and Michael Glessner of the Philadelphia Curling Club. And in our C event, over on sheet A, we got Team Gandhi from Schenectady facing Chris Lorenz and his cobbled together group of former Villanova University curlers. Chris being a member of the Bucks County Curling Club. And we'll give you updates on that. If you want to watch any of those games and for some reason are offended by anything that we say, which is quite possible, we have all the individual streams open on our channel, so you can check them out all the time. We'll give you score updates, but we're not going to go into how the other games are actually going, because you can watch them yourself easy enough.
Well, we're already seeing the quick speed up of the sheet. We went from coming up a little short to everything's a little bit deep.
Yeah, it's not going to take much. The humidity has been holding up pretty well, even though it's pretty soupy outside if you walk around. We're very lucky at our club. We've been able to install a lot of dehumidification systems, and I was actually interested when you told me that up where you're from, you add humidity to your facilities.
We were at the provincial finals last year, and there's these two ginormous pumps, for frankly different word. They are creating as much spray as they can, and these giant horse barn fans blowing it up towards the roof, trying to get the humidity up to anything remotely nice so the ice just doesn't shrink and disappear. And it was about minus 30 because they needed to keep the temperature down so that it would have the bite in the ice.
It shrinks?
Oh yeah, dry ice shrinks. It's dry, yeah, it shrinks all right. And then you get really cracky, crumbly ice.
Mary Fannin with a hell of a double right there.
Yeah, it's a very foreign concept for us Canadians to go to a curling rink and go outside and say, damn, it's hot out here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm on the Facebook group of with a whole bunch of other curling ice techs, and we had a blizzard, and it shorted out our condenser fan, so I lost the chiller. And I was wondering, what to do, how I can get things going, and one of the suggestions was open the doors. I'm like, it doesn't work. It's 60 degrees outside today. I'm like, I can't do that. Sorry.
You open the door and the ice melts. Up north, you open the door and it gets bloody cold.
Yeah.
Curling in long johns. That's the old days. We used to kick buckets of water onto a river to make curling ice. That's how cold it was outside.
Oh, my goodness.
I just got to be careful. I shouldn't say I, but I was witness to it. You'd have a whole barrage of people walk down with buckets of water, and at about 10 o'clock at night, everyone would kick their bucket of water over to quote-unquote flood it, give it 20 minutes, and then go curl.
That's awesome. So that big shot from Mary Fannin really opened up this end, Gord.
Yeah, this is, barring major mistake, this is going to be a fairly simple save time end.
Which is, absolutely vital since the finals are untimed.
Yeah. Going back to the first end, what we saw with the Richmond team was exactly what happened to us all morning. One small crack, one little oops, and they score an extra point on you.
Right, and you know,
they managed those so well and didn't give it back. It was like, hey, we see some fresh meat, we are going to eat it and not give you any back.
no, and I agree, and you know, not saying they're not capable of doing a triple reverse somersault in the pike position, but they didn't have to. They just blocked and tackled when that was what was required.
Yep. We were the ones forced to play the harder shots and just kept missing them. It's a levy, not lamenting, just complimenting their ability to manage opportunities.
Absolutely, and speaking of opportunity, I think Jimmy just gave him one here. This one is a skosh outside. It is coming up. It's going to be okay, I think. It is, okay.
I've been a little surprised with the far wings on this sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's just a little bit of curve towards the outer 12, but they are actually coming back in.
It could be getting that way. Our ice was only installed about 10 days ago. You know, the installation was finished, rather. So it's a matter of getting it broken in. It's playing really good for green ice, I'll tell you that. I probably past the point where I'd say it's green anymore.
The rings are green, the ice is white. Good job.
So there's a story behind our green and white and yellow houses, Gord. It's because back when we were sharing ice with hockey, and bless their hearts, the hockey players got confused by having red and blue curling rings around their rings.
Too much to think about.
And that was too much. That was outside of their bandwidth.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Being a Calgarian, with Edmonton being our nemesis in most sports, your rings are identical to the University of Alberta, which is in Edmonton, which is a prominent program. So I have to admit I had flashbacks of, ooh, this is very familiar.
Yeah, you felt like you're at the Saville Center.
Exactly. The Granite Club up there is also the same, very prominent green and yellow.
This hit's made. We're going to roll on out. We are still on the express train to Blanksville.
Yeah, there's not a lot of opportunity to hide right here. You try to find a spot you don't think they can quite call right and cross your fingers. Speaking of which, Saville's on the TV right now, showing off their green and yellow rings.
They are, and immediately after this broadcast, I got to quick go home and commentate on a game from there.
Well, judging by the non-sweep, they are definitely catching up on the speed of the ice.
And in the semifinals at the Saville Shootout from the Saville Community Sports Center, it is Team Scott Drummond who took a 4-0 lead over DeYoung. So let's go, Team Dunham.
And he's particularly excited because Dunham, if I'm not mistaken, is from this area.
He is.
This is a little shy on the ice and weight. I'm sure they're going to hit it, but they're working a little on it.
They got her, no problem.
So one thing I didn't see a whole lot of this entire weekend was the Canadian cannonball. You didn't see too many shots more than a nice solid control weight, which is, call it a 10.5, 10, kind of lots of very nice manageable weights. We had a few rip it down the sheet shots, but we are Canadian and our son is a youthful, so every now and then 6 can be fun. But ultimately, I do appreciate your attention to doing things the smartest way possible, and your hit weights down here have been very intelligent.
Oh, and that's a credit to the man who coaches pretty much everybody here, Mr. Wayne Anderson.
Yeah, I've crossed paths and conversed with Wayne numerous times, coach to coach, and I certainly appreciate his viewpoint on most things. All right, we got, what's that, 3 rocks left. So Blue's going to hit and roll middle back and hope for an opportunity. And if not, a short roll out for the blank.
So you were telling me about the massive number of curling sheets that are in the city in Alberta.
The city of Alberta. Okay, keep going.
So how many sheets are in Calgary?
I think we did the math a little while ago, and we were in the ballpark of high 10s, not quite 100. So like 80 or 90 are left now. Back in the heyday, it was over 200. There's 48 in one building alone. Nowadays, it's just under 100, I think.
You heard that right, guys. There was a 48-sheet curling club.
Now it's a casino. But yes, Calgary in, I believe it was the late 60s, built a facility to support high school and farming curling. And they had a very busy 48-sheet rink. And this is back in the days of corn brooms. So the deafening noise was very, very prominent.
Wow. To put that into contrast, folks, the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has 10 sheets of dedicated curling ice.
So you fit on half of one floor of that building.
Yep.
Yeah, the Calgary used to boast about 8 clubs that had 10 or more sheets. Now I think there's only 2 that have more than 8. Most of them around 4 or 6. That's a very easy to manage number. 6 is a great number. You can run a good event, you can run a good league, but it's not over the top to manage.
So we managed to vamp our way through most of this. Up and down the ice, and now all that is left is the hit and roll out, and I'm assuming Chris is going to be looking for the blank here.
It's the throw the rock, wait till it's on the rock, and then sweep it. And you usually end up with nose. It's one of the funniest things we used to track as coaches in junior curling is the success rate of the hit and roll out. Because the funny thing is nobody ever practices it. You just think, hey, I got to do that now. And it's astonishing how easy that is to miss.
I'm not astonished. I've missed it many times.
One of my principles as a coach is if you don't practice it, don't throw it. And the peel, wait, catch 1 inch of a rock pick out for the blank is easy to miss.
And this one needs to get over to get a chance. Oh, just gonna slide right on by.
Silent takeout.
And that is a steal of 1.
There's that fortuitive nature of the Richmond team.
Mm-hmm. He made sure that he had to throw one.
Yep, put it right on the can and say, you got to make it.
So Richmond now with a 3-0 lead as we move into the third end. And the Richmond Curling Club is located in Ottawa, I understand.
Yes, they also have in the ballpark of 10 different curling clubs. I lived there back in the early 2000s. I didn't play, I think I only played in Richmond once. Lots of gorgeous clubs up there.
They used to that big city of Ottawa, Bonspiel. Do they still do that?
Last I heard, they put it on pause for COVID, and I haven't got a definitive answer if they restarted it or not. It was losing some traction. The one year I played in it, there was 270 teams in the Bonspiel, and I think there was roughly 15 clubs in the greater Ottawa area that all put their ice into it. So you literally get a book.
Right.
You got given a book at the start of the Bonspiel, and you had to flip to page. It was like choose your own adventure. You had to flip to page 5 to figure where you were. And if you won, it would say, see page 16, line number something or other. And you go over there, and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm going out to the Canada Curling Club. And then you play that one, and be like, okay, now I'm going over to the RCMP Club. And it was this absolute rigmarole, but so much fun. But yeah, 270-odd teams for the 50th anniversary of it back in the mid-2000s.
And now we see the third end, the ice fully up to speed. That was hoping to be a corner guard. It did find its way into the rings.
Yeah, it's It's very easy to get fooled because the difference between guard and draw is a very subtle snap of your ankle. And if you're not, as a team, saying, okay, we are now back fully to speed, nerves will make you throw it 6 feet heavy.
Especially a little bit of that Sunday final energy. I guess, maybe the Drambuie was laced with something that gives everybody a little bit of extra energy.
Well, I'm going to blame the shot of fireball that they gave us to start our game. That was definitely the extra rocket fuel. The camaraderie, the entertainment, and all those things is a very different thing down here. So, maybe you caught the Canadians by surprise, but it's been so much fun. I would certainly recommend anybody to come and try this. All right, so Mary's going to try to dial it back about 8-10 feet, and
it looks like she did at least that much because they are all over this. Looks to be in a pretty good spot. It's coming over to the 4-foot line. That's going to end up being about a 2.5 or 3. So those of you who may not watch curling on a regular basis, for the ease of communication and for training, we often divide the rings into 10 different numbered zones. With 1, 2, and 3 being in the guard area, that's before you get to the rings. And then the 12-foot circle, the green being 4, 8-foot being 5, the yellow being 6, on the tee line 7, then 8, 9, and 10 out to the back.
Don't forget 11, which is just through.
Just through.
That's a oft forgot but important one.
And now we're going to have a mound visit here.
Well, speaking of 11s.
There's an 11 right there. So let's see if Bucks County can channel some of that Richmond fortuitousness.
Yeah, this is their chance
that even
to.
a word? Is that even a word, or I just make that one up?
It's Sunday, dude. It was close enough. Fortune favors the jibber jabber jibber jabber. Point being, let's see if they can't sink this one in and generate their own 2 or 3.
Sounds right.
I wouldn't call this wide. I wouldn't call it heavy either, so it's...
Mary and Lindsay are trying to get it past the guard. Squeeze it past the guard. Past the guard and up.
Oh, nice shot.
Beautiful. That's well managed. It's only second shot, but who cares? They got to address it.
Now comes the Canadian technique. Smash the guard.
So Jesse Atfield, he confused me because he's warmed up. He lost the jacket.
Go by the toque. What do you guys call it? Beanies? Is that what your term is?
Yeah, we would say beanie before we say toque.
All right, that was a great roll for them. That was a missed shot with a very positive secondary outcome.
That was a good outcome, yeah.
There's a lot of ways you can play this shot now. I don't mind this as long as you don't leave a gimme double, but it's pretty high.
Yeah, so Chris is asking for board or bumper weight.
Roll your shooter on, get a piece of house, add some pressure. You'd almost love a slight stagger. See, half of the back one kind of thing.
What's the other option you might like here?
If you were really aggressive, you could roll or draw under it. There's plenty of space. You could roll the other direction. You could play a shoot it through the gap, but then you bring your blue one in as a risky target. You could play the nose back double and roll just a hair to the right on the center line. But I actually kind of like this choice. Just roll. Keyword roll. All right, go for the double. Well, we'll call that a reasonable plan B or D. One of my favorite signs in a curling rink up in Canada, it says, if plan A didn't work, don't worry, there's 25 other letters in the alphabet.
That sounds about right. Oftentimes, yeah, that's one of my normal calls. I'll be like, no time for B, plan F.
Yeah, well, that was down around D or so, but it was okay. Even if they hit this one and get it out, you still have opportunity to create a 2. I don't think they're going to keep their shooter, though.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a rollout. It is coming up, finishing a touch.
Sweepy, sweepy, sweepy.
And it is going to saunter on out the side.
Decision time.
I think he's going to call the hit and roll really quickly here.
I would love an outturn draw, top 8-ish. Then if they try to hit it, that red's catching it. The red goes away, the blue stays, you draw another one in.
But you know what? He's thinking about the draw.
I still like the outturn because the catcher has got to be to your left. It's a subtlety of it. This is perfect. This is exactly what I mean, the subtlety.
Yep.
If you go around with the outturn, so our visible right side,
right,
any contact you make is going to throw it towards the red.
Mm-hmm.
If you go the other way, then that red is a fairly safe rock because the shooters, the hitters, the rollers, everything just avoids it. So this is a smart play on this one. They read our mind.
They did, and that energy came to you. And here goes, back 12. Back 12, no bueno.
They need someone to spill that Drambuie out on the sheet for them. Lindsay's trying to coerce this into stopping. Got the lean going.
It's might hang around for a cup of coffee.
11.
It said it. I don't want no damn coffee.
It's a tea day. All right. Well, that guard's still there. There's always opportunity when there's a guard to go behind.
I'd like to thank all of you who are watching right now. Thanks for the viewership. Please like and subscribe.
Well, I like you guys, so I'd click the button if it was in front of me.
Absolutely.
This is getting a lot of spectatorship as well. It's not going to be above the tee line. When the sweepers stop at the hog line, that's a lot of wishful thinking.
And that one is also escorted through the rings.
It's going to go visit its friends in the corner, and we're going to go around the center again. All right, Lindsay, attempt number 2. Take off 10 feet. Let your sweepers have some fun.
All right, here we go. Trying to be more gooder.
2 phrases Dave learned from us crazy Canucks. Be more, better, and fair.
You say fair a lot.
That's fair. And that's fairly heavy.
It's going to roll on out. So both teams have a case of the heavies right now, Gord.
Yep, their bags wouldn't make it on the airplane. They're all too heavy.
Had to repack.
All right, well, Richmond's changing plan and saying this draw thing's not doing so well. Let's get rid of the risky rock. Now, they have hammer, so you actually have choices here. You can get rid of it and say, I don't love this end. You could split the house, or I guess they don't have hammer. I'm going to take that back. They don't have hammer, so you can either get rid of the guard and play, you know what, attempt to force one, or steal on the flash again. But you have a center guard, and you don't have hammer. There's not a whole lot of danger in drawing around this yourself.
No, I really don't have a problem with that unless you feel like you're not making the draw.
This is true. That's the risk factor. Where's your comfort zone? Maybe Chad's saying, you know what, I've thrown one draw since 10 o'clock this morning, so let's smack it.
Yeah, so Chad, the skipper, settles on in. Trevor, I swear.
Might get a nice roll.
Absolutely. We'll get on. That rolls open. Big sweep by Trevor. I'm not trying to look like Guy Fieri.
But man, I make a good hamburger. So I don't love that roll. You either needed to let it come up short, cover yours, and use it as a force, or, well, I suppose they tried, get it the hell out. But what you've actually done is given them a 1 foot roll under protection. That was actually ill-advised.
Yeah, I didn't like sweeping the roll.
No, I'd have been happy with covering my own. Sure, it's in the wing, and sure, they might corner freeze it, but that would have been a pretty damn hard shot at this point in the game.
And we've seen all weekend, in-out has been a little bit less predictable than out-in. We've had some that cut a lot, some spots that didn't. It's certainly evened out tremendously. So here comes Chris Mahoney. Lindsay holding the stick. And all the Fannons.
Well, they got a piece.
Jimmy's got a piece. They're going to have plenty of it. At least a big slice. And it rolls to the 4-foot.
All right, Chad and friends are, well, that would, I appreciate the nature of rolling under the corner guard, but that would be audacious to say the least.
And that was a bar stool falling down in the club. Thankfully, there was nobody on said stool.
We've had fun, but not that much fun.
It's a little bit early for that to occur in a war room.
Sundays does not usually fall off your chair day.
That's usually last night. The heckle benches did get fired up last night.
I am going to say all the free booze you can drink is a very un-Canadian thing as well, but kudos to you for having a fun event.
And what was your evaluation of your heckle bench experience?
Heckle bench? Oh, Kai spent more time out there than I did. I went out there for the pizza. You guys had more food than I could imagine. I probably put on 15 pounds just in the food you guys slug everywhere. Anyway, the heckle bench was entertaining because that just shows that even the passive fans are having fun. Like, not knocking Canada, not dissing anything, but we're a little more accustomed to you come, you play your game, you have your one drink or whatever, and then you go until your next game. The fact that people sit around here all darn day, enjoy a couple of friendly drinks, have some food, heckle out in the stand, that is a very refreshing, fun thing.
I appreciate the air quotes you used around couple.
Drink responsibly, right?
Absolutely.
All right, much better attempt at the hit and roll out. Still didn't roll out, but at least they didn't give up one. So we're getting closer to the right way to do it.
And Chris always having a good time on the ice. Very competitive, but always looking to have a good time. Said, hey, I did something.
Improvement. All right, still a very close game, 3-1. What do you do now, Dave? What do you do now?
I think Chris is going to step his foot on the gas and go a little hard for a steal here. So Mary Fannin with her first.
I'm going to suggest this will be a good attempt. This looks very center guard. You guys do technically play the tick rule.
We do. We play it at our Bonspiels and on one night of our curling week.
Why one night of your curling week?
It's our, quote, competitive league, unquote.
You are totally underappreciating the skill of some of your curlers. I'm sure your competitive league would be just fine.
Our competitive league's not bad at all.
Even up in Calgary, our quote-unquote super league, competitive league, is probably 4 really good teams, 6 fairly good teams, and then the other 8 to 12 are trying their darndest and improving every year.
Yeah, we run our competitive league a little bit different. We do a skips draft every session.
I think you would get run out of the province if you tried that upper work. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
And then if you are the 2 least fortunate skips, get relegated.
Yeah.
and do not get to skip the next session.
Fair enough.
And then whoever else is interested submits it in, and the remaining skips take a vote.
Well, so you basically draft your teams every time?
Every time.
That's kind of fun. So every session you have a different foursome.
Yep, we go back in the locker room that we are utilizing.
Yeah.
And we draw cards for draft order.
Yeah.
Everybody sits here in the warm room, and they wait for the white smoke to come up from the back, and that's what.
The Pope has been selected. Got it.
And that's how they know they have a team, and they watch us all march out, and they're all wondering who's going to walk to who.
Please be Dave. Please don't be Dave. Please be Dave. Please don't be Dave. That kind of a.
There are certainly people on both sides of that coin.
All right, well, we got something building. We've got the stacked centers.
Yeah, as I suspected.
Now the triple stacked centers. Oh, that's not a good one for the Richmond crew.
Is it going to tick off the center? No, it does hold the center.
There's enough stagger to make that really ugly for whoever doesn't get their rock in the 4 foot first.
Well, so Chris says, put it in there.
Absolutely. You put this biting top button, and you are going to be at least a 2-shot cushion.
So, Trevor is not exactly thrilled with that one. Now, they all have foxes wearing curling jackets on the back of their jackets.
I can honestly say I have no idea. I lived there, and I don't really know. I'm sure the formal jackets is some British thing. The fox, I don't know. I'll have to ask them someday.
Apparently, the fox is wearing a British military jacket.
Yeah, like I say, some British-inspired something or other. Still don't understand the fox. That must be an Ontario thing.
I mean, myself, Chris Mahoney, Jimmy Fannin, and Many Beers O'Donnell all have those Hawaiian shirts with raccoons on a surfboard. That's Mr. Nibbles.
Sure. Everyone's got their thing.
Mr. Nibbles didn't start the fire.
Well, we're currently having a war for the race to the 4 foot. This looks a little better than Trevor's, though it may be toasty. They don't seem to want to sweep much.
This is going to come on through and say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And seeing double, yep, there's 11. We're loving that 11 today.
And good night.
11 is a great shot for a takeout, not for a draw.
Oh, we have 7-11 behind us.
Oh, well, see, there you go. 7 good, 11 bad. All right, attempt 3 for drawing the top of the button.
7 good, 11 bad. They don't call him the best color commentator in curling for nothing, folks.
I'll let you know when everyone accuses me of that. This one's looking better. We've got 2 engaged sweepers.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Lindsay's been on it now. Mary's like, I think it's close. Oh, just past the guard. And now they're going to finish it. Drive it home. Get all the way down. Beautiful draw. Well done. Well executed shot. Real team shot there, Gord.
That was either brilliance or just missed disaster. We'll go with brilliance. Great team shot.
When it works out, it's always brilliant.
Absolutely. When you paper a guard, it was a brilliant call. So now we got that 2-shot conundrum. So Richmond's going to have to make 2 decent shots to get that thing out of there.
And here comes the first attempt. Here's your cannonball.
The Canadian peel.
Yep. On the top one, bang, bang, bang.
That was a good one.
Still a mess of guards there, though.
That blue-red pair might have rolled in a friendly position. Looks a little over the top, but
it does.
Better than it was.
It looks better on the monitor, on the overhead, than it does looking at it in real life. So, Lindsay, with a good guard here, will keep their team in a good shape.
So she threw 2 draws that were about 8 feet heavy. So let's see if she can keep that information at hat and come up with a nice guard here. Anything over the hog line's frankly fine.
So first rock on the way from Lindsay. They're on this right out of her hand.
1-2's okay. 1-2 for the average watcher means at least halfway high.
You know what? Jumping this right away made this shot just fine. Oh, it's going to overcurl Scotia, isn't it?
That's definitely not guarding the one in the house, but you still have guards to hide behind.
You have a legion of guards.
If they can get an inside roll, they're laughing their way to the bank. Not a lot of air on it. Long guard to get around. They wisely called hack.
So, Mike with this shot on the way.
A little strong and a little wide. I don't think they're going to get a roll.
Yeah, he slid tight and just kind of
going for
pitched
plan
it
B.
out a little bit. Plan
roll
B.
Away.
They aren't going to roll away. So interesting here, Gord. Is Chris going to step on the gas and draw under?
With that many guards, I'm throwing caution in the wind and trying to get it back in the forefoot.
And he says, absolutely, I don't even care if I fart into the wind.
Let's put it this way. Let's say you made the absolute perfect hit on that red one. Well, Chad may just spin around and drop it into the forefoot anyway, so might as well beat him there.
Now, do you like throwing this turn as opposed to the other one, which you kind of gauged and got to where you want to really well?
I generally judge it by where the highest guard is, because that's what you're going to walk around and create more depth.
Okay.
So the shorter one on the right side, it's got to really bend to get fully buried. The long one, you got a nice graceful walk across and you'll get fully buried. So that's my measuring stick usually. You have more time to get under a long guard.
Well, this is walking across everything. They're driving it home. It's shot stone. How deep? It's going to be full 8-foot shot rock.
So there's a great example. If that was the other side having gone around the short one, you'd have at least a quarter rock showing. Right now, under that long guard, they managed to get it kind of edge on edge. So if nothing else visibly, it's more buried. The one upside I will give for the other turn there is any hit they do make, the shooter's not rolling anywhere great. Like there's no guards, there's no nothing. Here, technically, a brilliant hit would roll under that red guard.
Correct. And Fieri is trying to walk it over.
Trevor! We heard that all morning.
Trevor!
But the hamburger power didn't work.
And there's the silent takeout.
If it were me now, I would either go under the red guard to just muck things up, or I would do your shot now and go around the other side. Even if you leave a half rock showing on the other side, if they're baited into chasing it, their shooter rolls away and you just keep doing it until they give you the one.
And, and Chris there is referencing there where he wants it with his broom, and him, along with myself, we are the two people who prefer the Olsen curling broom.
The pyro.
The pyro.
I don't love a guard here. I don't think you're creating a big advantage here.
I don't know if it's good enough right now, is it?
To me, that guard is hard enough to hit. You don't need another guard on it because the guard actually might make a short double or something easier.
Right.
If you wrap around the other side, go a little bit deeper than that blue, and show half a rock, they are in really big trouble.
Yeah, so you're saying if you're going to be aggressive, just, let's just go.
I would call that a successful stealable rock, and then go make a second stealable rock. Throwing another guard on is like, 3 locks on the door when you already have 2.
Too early for any of the other references I want to make. Now this is going to come.
This is my fear.
Tight.
They've made this guard too tight.
Right.
Now you've got a double risk. A, you've made it so that blue one's much easier to get out. But B, they might actually roll their shooter on for another biter, and now they're sitting 2. Had you not done that and thrown any kind of draw on the other side, you still would have had a safety protected rock, and then you just deal with whatever has been done.
No, I think that's a very good point. So Chad is going to take this on for sure.
Chad said, thank you. I'm heading down for a hit. I really, really struggle when teams create a better opportunity for their opponent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got what? Fraction high side hit for a double.
Yeah, just a fraction high would do it. On the way from Chad.
He recovered from a speed wobble.
Yep,
a little in out.
Yeah, a little in out. That little pitch is going to hold it out there. Going to get the one, and it will stuff it and leave shot rock for Bucks County.
Now Chris has got a tough choice. Throw another draw in there and risk a double, or hit the wide open one and just say earn your one. This still feels like a good steal opportunity, so I would support the draw under, and he's not wrong. You can actually clip the blue one and get a better roll out of it anyway. So as long as you're not right beside that blue one, you're doing pretty good.
No, I agree with you. You got all those guards.
I wouldn't knock someone for saying, let's just hit this red one, and we definitely can't give up more than one. I wouldn't knock it. It's early in the game.
But you're down two, and you have a pretty darn good steal opportunity if you can make a good rock. I think you want to take this opportunity, at least give yourself a chance.
Yeah, blood's in the water. Go have a shark attack.
You know, just very important that you sit two.
Yes, you got to be sitting two without it being a deadly obvious double.
Right, so even if you're just a skosh heavy, coming to the back eight is just fine.
Perfect. Yep. Well, so long as you don't set up a straight back double kind of thing. But you're right. As long as you got some sort of a steeper angle, back house is fine.
So final stone of the fourth end for Chris Mahoney.
Now this is where the sweepers really have to let you know. If it's a bit deep, you use your blue as a deflector.
And here Mary saying back eight. It is coming down. Will they get a little chap off of that? You get a chap off. Roll it all day. Roll it all day. All day. Okay, there you go. Now the double's there, Gord.
I'm curious if the blue shoots to the red, though. The double is there, but if you get it a bit thin, you're going to lose your other one. So it'll be close. So you're looking at about a third of a rock. Looks like he's picking the flat turn, so I find that fascinating. The flat turn actually hits lower on the contact rock, which brings that red one even more of a catcher. I'd way prefer the in turn because you're going to hit higher on the blue one to still get your double.
Okay, so
he's playing the out turn with the flat turn because they're usually easier to call. You're basically looking for a quarter-ish rock, but you might very well lose your outer red one.
Final stone of the fourth end, facing two, looking to make a double to get a deuce of his own. Trying to get it over. It's got to get over.
Trevor.
It's going to be dead nose all day, and it's a steal of one for Bucks County. And Chris Mahoney throws a little paper cut on Richmond. It's 3-2 after four. Taking a look around the rings, this is the game that is the most fastly paced right now. Over on sheet A, it is the team from Schenectady Caroline Club holding a 4-2 advantage over Chris Lorenz and his squad from Bucks County and Villanova University. Over on sheet C, it is Bucks winning over Bucks.
The Bucks have the advantage.
But it's cousin Tim Fagan with a 4-1 lead over Ken and Pat.
So we've got Team Gray Bucks versus Team Tie-Dye Bucks. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's it's Ken the rock and roller.
I'm going to give tie-dye Bucks the credit for the first time I've ever seen a team with 4 different crutches, all fundamentally different. One of them is the coolest little crutch I've ever seen. He sticks his broom into it, and it's funky.
It certainly is, and when he goes to plays doubles, he actually will strip it off, and if he's on the outside sheet, just pitch it off to the boards. It's a little bit weirder when he's playing in a middle sheet because
parts flying everywhere, no boards down here. I will repeat. Our son played in a mixed doubles event many years ago in a small town, Alberta, and there's this older fella that used a slip-on slider, and he actually put a bungee cord between the slider and his back belt.
Mm-hmm.
So he would throw the rock and then jump up, and as he stepped, the slider would just bungee up to basically his back pocket, and then he would just start tootling along and sweep. It was the funkiest thing ever.
So like he had like a janitor's key ring on it, basically.
Pretty much. And it was one of those slip-on sliders that didn't actually have the band. It was just the slider. So, that janitor cord ripped it up fast and furious, and away he went.
Over on sheet D, it's Mike Glessner from Philadelphia over Roger Rowlett.
Did you just say Roger Rabbit?
No. No, it's Roger. I'm always playing on Sunday somehow.
Fair enough. That's called successful.
He's definitely one of those people who I fully expect to be playing on Sunday morning. Somehow.
All right, well, okay. Blue over here. The locals have very quietly stacked up their double centers again. That worked well for them last time.
And he's just going to keep on riding that horse. And we got one little backbiter back there.
Well, we went from 11 to 10. We're making progress.
Yep. So we got a Marv in the back.
And the Fieri power is going to be a little higher this time.
That's a one-way ticket to Flavortown in the back of the button.
All right, we're going to get something going now.
All right, and Chris is going to stay aggressive here and try to lock right on. So
cue up mixed doubles this end.
We're in for some fun action.
So how prominent is mixed doubles down here, Dave?
Well, it's certainly coming up. There are some a good number of Bonspiels that happen for it. Chesapeake Curling Club has one every year. They're in Easton, Maryland. The Triangle Curling Club in North Carolina has a large double spiel every year that's very popular. We actually hosted at our club last year the GNCC, that's the Grand National Curling Club, the Mixed Doubles Championship here.
Very nice, very nice. You certainly have a facility and quality surface to do it.
Yeah, that was one that we were happy to host.
Fair. All right, Jim's come up a hair short. Cut out the back red one, which is a pro, but that's getting to be a long line of guards to that rock in the forefoot. So now
Jesse Hatfield trying to stick another one in there.
Take 3 feet off and you're laughing your way. Bite the top 4 and you are in a very good spot.
Trying to get Trevor to sweep. We hear, Trevor! You know what? And that's going to just get past the guard. Oh, my goodness. There was not any room for the Holy Spirit there.
Whew. Now the locals are going to be sweating it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a really tough one to get after. You have to put weld the blue on there and hope that it sticks around long enough to get those 2 reds moving. You are not fixing this problem in one shot.
Probably nice calling for back 4, back 8 weight, trying to use the left-handed power here because he gets the other hack.
Yeah,
slightly better angle.
Fair. It's his in turn. It'll cut a little harder. Even with back house, there's a high probability of you bouncing off of it, though, and that's bad news bears.
Well, let's hoping that doesn't happen. It does look okay. We're on it for line hard now. It's going to be really tight to the high guard. Can they squeeze it by? Can they squeeze it by?
Good call.
Yes! And right to it. Bounce, a little bounce, but that's not a bad outcome, Gord. And Gord's going to tell me it is.
Gord's going to tell you I wouldn't feel comfortable with that outcome. If they get inside a nose with a call it backline draw, they're going to flop right on top of their own and they own the entire 4 foot in a straight line. If you're so lucky as they only get 2 nose, then it was a good shot.
Well, luck be a lady tonight if you're Chris.
So right now, Chris has his toes, his fingers, and everything crossed, saying, please don't cross the nose.
We got Trevor on the brush again. This one is cutting hard. It's hot. It's going to be on, if not the top one, it is on the top one.
Luck be the lady. There you go.
And it takes it out.
All right, so you're sitting second with 2 reds that are really hard to get out.
So
my first inclination is tap that blue one 2 feet straight backwards. And if you come up short and all you do is make a top house guard, then they still have to deal with it.
I am buying what you're selling, sir.
Sweet, it's $100.
Shit.
Yeah. This is a short tap. Don't cross the face. All right, Lindsay with the exit from the hack. Rolling a little wide, but wide's fine on this as long as you get to the rock. Even a quarter rock freeze has you aimed at one of their red ones, which is a good outcome. Dead nose 2 feet would be gold. Oh, that's success. That's success.
That's pretty darn good, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you would have loved just slightly higher on that back red one, but I would definitely call that a 4 out of 4. That was a very nice shot.
So now Chad's looking at what he's looking at. He's cut down to 1 right now.
And he has no bailouts of any sort. He now has to say, how am I going to avoid disaster for the next 3 rocks? So he throws a corner freeze in here. That's his way of saying, you can't get me out. That's fine. Then they throw up a guard and red gets 1, which probably is not a bad outcome for red at this point.
And wasn't a bad outcome for blue when they started the end either.
No, they were definitely not happy with the first chunk. So this is a tap and it looks a bit wide.
This looks like it's
Pro blue.
Oh, this is cutting over. It is going to come in contact with the blue stone.
Blue, red, you're going to be sitting probably 2 blue.
And sure enough, it is Team Mahoney sitting 2 blue. And we heard just I'm not going to say a slam, but a firm tap.
An aggressive, I didn't like that. All right, so.
Yeah, we wear shirts around here that say, I don't hate it. We even have a rock that says, I don't hate it.
I hate that term. I don't hate that one. Well, it doesn't mean you like it either. That's like a colloquialism in curling for sure, but it's just bad. Anyways, all right, so now if you're blue, you're thinking, what's going to hurt us?
Right.
And standing here looking that direction, the only thing that's actually dangerous is the red one. That red one on the BU of Bucks is really the only solid way out of this mess for our Canadian partners. So he's looking guard, but what are you guarding against? Like what's red going to do with any of those blues? So I actually think that red one on the B is probably Chris's most dangerous rock.
Okay, I definitely see that. I would think that Chris is probably thinking that you could draw down to the blue behind the tee line.
It'd be hard to be shot because you got to get past that top one. So you do, the back red pops out a little bit, and you're probably second anyway. Mm-hmm. Right now, you could play an off from that outside red, though hard.
Well, he's going to get basically what he called for.
Yep.
So let's see how it works out. Now, does Chad go directly to that? Yes, he does, Gord.
There's a lot of catch. I don't know, short of stuffing it close to nose, I don't know where you can't roll in a good place. The top blue is the most likely catcher, and then you're sitting at worst second. The tendency here, though, would be to heavy and wide, and that's not good. Light and narrow would be way more manageable because you just need a piece of that red one.
He corkscrewed the slide a little bit on that one.
Wide and heavy.
And right on the beak.
That's that adrenaline moment for you.
Yep.
The cardinal rule of curling is a pressure shot. You're likely going to be 5 feet heavy and 2 inches wide.
So Chris is going to kill it.
Funny thing is, it's not a dangerous rock anymore. It's too high. But all things said and done, there's not a lot else out there.
I mean,
the only other choice right now for red is the in-turn draw to the button. So I would probably beat him to it, and if you come up top 12, he's got nothing on that. But right now, Chris is completely ignoring the left half of the sheet and not even seeing that there's a draw to the button.
And I find that happens so often. We've seen that many times this weekend. Just tunnel vision. We forget there's two sides to the sheet.
Yep. I don't think that red's something you could play off, so you wouldn't have to worry about like that deep one on the left side of the back 4. It's too deep to play off of, but you can draw easily full 4, probably bite a decent chunk of the button with the in-turn draw. Now, I guess the risk with this one is you could slash it into the can.
Right, and I think he's trying to kill it because he's concerned about that slash being thrown.
Yep, that's fair. The slash could technically score 3 if you did it supremely well. So fair.
Fair.
I'm going to get that stitched on the shirt. Fair.
Well, I already told Kai that if I ever get to call one of his games in Curling Stadium, the over-under on me saying fair is at least 50.
I'll take you on that one. And I'm going to count. I'm going to get a pitch counter. Click, click, click. Woo, flung that one out. Ooh, you don't want to chip that one in for them. Make sure you miss it.
I'd sweep it by right now.
Oh, they aren't. A silent takeout's a good thing. This is not good thing.
This could be bad. This could be bad. Oh, my goodness, that's not good.
And the crowd goes, huh? That just gave him one.
That certainly appears to be shot.
And here's that intern.
Ooh.
Hug. Such a nice end right up until that. There's that whole heavy and wide excited moment. I actually wondered if you shouldn't play the in-out on that. The in-out is significantly harder to do that with. Anyways.
Yeah, I know Chris prefers the out-in most of the time, so no surprise that that's where he put the broom, but
errors are allowed to happen. It's a 1-point oops.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he still has to play a really tough draw for his 2. Forcing 1 is never technically a bad outcome. You just hate that you gave it to him.
And Trevor's new best friend at Bucks County Curling Club, Megan Bankert, gave him a Trevor!
And, of course, his 2 other friends on sheet C beside him that do the Trevor chant.
Yep. Sarah Fry.
I will definitely say there's no shortage of friendliness down here for coming a long way to play a game. All right, here we go. We got the in-turn draw. That's not a lot of ice. Is he playing the reader? That seems like not a lot of ice for this draw, but hey, I'm not calling the ice, so I'll leave it as they've been doing that pretty good. You are trying to paper every blue rock in that line.
That's for sure. I would say if you're looking to take a game too seriously, don't come here.
We'll go to Edmonton for that. Well, he's definitely wide of his broom, so he agreed with me.
Trevor's on it right away.
Trevor.
And the Trevor calls are coming from the entire shed. They get past the one, close to the second, and wicks it there.
Oh, they let Trevor take a 3-second break, and it was just a bit too much.
Never give Trevor a break. He's got to be flipping those burgers.
I'm thinking they thought it was a bit heavy, but they needed to get past that.
Now, Gord, can you use it? Get on the inside of that, chap in your blue, and pop that right out.
If I'm blue, I'm guarding the shit out of the left side and say, you figure out how to get a second one. I do not see any value in risk here. You could play an in-off from the one that was just placed there. Nothing stops you. It's definitely blue into the red. The red is going to hit the back blue, spin. But here's the kicker. How many blues are you going to have left in that cluster of reds?
No, absolutely. You know, he's looking at just throwing the flat draw here and getting
Sure. Put another blue right in there. I got no problem with that.
He says, I think I can do it. I think I can do what you couldn't, buddy.
Success is anywhere from bite the button to over the hog line.
That is a wide range of acceptable outcomes.
That's plans A through, I don't know, Z, all in one call. And the entire Bucks County has changed the colloquialism from sweep to Trevor.
Trevor came in for a very important thing to get a beer.
Hey, he was thirsty.
And something else that happened.
Water $5, beer is free.
Yep. Now, he is suffering from an affliction that happens to almost all of us here. Our sticky mats are really, really, really sticky.
The gripper eaters.
And so many times, especially the people who had the pods or...
I hear you. I stepped over it with my pod foot.
You're a pod person?
Well, the Asham
Come on over. This needs to curl up for Chris.
Come on over. Come on over.
I would say that's successful, too.
That's a great outcome. You're saying, here's your one. How do we invent a 2? You have to hit the living hell out of that. No, I don't know if you can get enough past that blue one.
I think the easiest way to get 2 is to go into the electrical room, trip the main breaker, and then put one of your stones there.
I was going to say take one now, take one next end, but that works too. I don't see a way for 2 in this puzzle. Theoretically, if you caught 1 inch of that far left red with peel, then it hits the other red and it bounces off the back one up into the back of the button. That is the only way I see 2.
And Chad agrees, and he's just going to toss this one through the rings and take his single point score of 4-2 after 4. So, after that score of 1, Trevor, don't call me Guy Fieri. Now, you know, I'm pretty sure that we must have had something in that beer because Trevor juiced that one just a little bit, and it's going to slide on back behind the tee line. So.
Well, he cleaned his gripper off. He slid faster.
He did. That's what it was, Gord. All these years, I thought you had to hit your split tines, but no, it's just...
Put more shit on your gripper, you'll slide slower. All right, so we have a 2-point game. Anything's acceptable at this point.
Yeah, and Mahoney and his squad here for Bucks, the hometowners, have Hammer in the 6. which means they should have hammer in the 8th if they do everything according to the book.
Take two, give one, take two.
Sounds easy.
Absolutely. That's how they spell it in the book.
Can we just stop the game now?
I'm done. I'm going home.
You go home tomorrow.
This is fair.
Probably cost you a lot of money to change that flight.
I don't want to pay Trump anymore, so we'll just hang out for another day.
And in other news, it's red zone here.
I'm going to get arrested by the border. It's nice knowing you all. All right, so now, me being me, I like that corner guard. It's far enough over that it's not truly covering the button, but it's not so far over that it's, 3 feet of house to work with.
And
maybe a half rock farther would have been ideal.
And there are definitely some people who are in the camp that they would hate that with a passion.
There's an argument for the inner 4-foot side of the 8-foot or the outer 12-foot side of the 8-foot, and I've lost many rounds of beer over which one people prefer. I like those ones a little bit more because it still gives you a rock to play with, whether it's a raise or a tap or a run. Whereas if it's a rock and a half farther over, really the only thing you have is go behind it or come in off of it. And those are really, really, really nasty. So that's just a me-ism. I like them a little tighter in the middle.
And it's curling up. Chris is going to be at least down there, looking for the short promote, looking to get a nibbler on there.
That's kind of sneaky because you can't technically take out the guard, so it's a little hard to hit the biter.
So he's got to leave it there for at least 1 stone.
You could still smash it because that blue guard's likely going to catch on a lot of things, but you know what? You also have a rock a bit deep, which is not ideal, so throw it a little higher.
As a fantastic thing, one of the members of our Bonspiel committee, Dan Pearson, is delivering Trevor a nice pitcher. It might be for Chris too. I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
That's the relief pitcher. Pitcher, beer, pitcher.
A relief pitcher. Oh, our Piper. It took me a second to get that. Our Piper, Tom Jolly's got jokes. You guys live close to Kenneth Square. Of course, he's a fun guy.
All right, well, Mahoney's sitting there going, we got a bit of a blue pile here, which isn't going to live long. So I'm assuming he's taking out the center guard, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's trying to run double here.
Nice thing is you would roll a little bit away to make a corner guard on the other side, if done right.
Fannin gets the one on the second one. There you go. That's exactly how you drew that puppy up. Would have liked a skosh more of a roll.
I still haven't quite adopted that word yet, but I know what you mean. Yes, a little tiny bit thinner to get a half a rock farther roll would have been preferred.
I feel comfortable calling that a make, though.
Yes, I would call that a 4. Well, yeah, by definition it's 3 because you didn't make the double, but I would still call it a great shot.
Oh, that's right. It did kind of just hang around there.
Well, by definition, that's a 3. No jolly good try points on this scoring.
So here goes Trevor. Now it's Mike. That doesn't have the same ring.
No, it's not the same. Trevor.
Now Mike's going to bring that one over. That's a good shot. It does skate a little bit too deep, though. They might have been a little bit overzealous.
Yes, giving Mahoney some choices. Or Mayhoney, if you want to call his jacket name.
Mahoney, yes, indeed. Oh.
This is not a bad decision. I wouldn't call this a fortuitous house for blue. You could play the drum round freeze, follow.
Right, you're either doing that, then they're going to stack back on top of that and try to force you all day.
Yep.
Or you do this and say maybe I can still find a way to make this look like more than one.
Well, the back house pair is a pretty easy double if you can get to the nose of that red one. So you have time to trade a few rocks to see what'll happen. A little peculiar in their choice of. All right.
They get the straight back run.
Okay, if that was their call, brilliant. I thought they were appealing, but that was a really nice shot.
Yeah, well, based on the line call, I think that was the called shot.
They didn't say sweep. So they've improved the situation in the house, but still left center guard, which makes the coach and me cringe a hair. But hey, situation is you're now sitting one.
Yeah, Jimmy has become quite deadly on those runs.
Well, hey, if you can do that all day long, then everyone wants to be your friend.
And they do.
Who doesn't love someone named Jimmy?
Todd?
Where did that answer come from? I guess it was a rhetorical question that needed an answer. Todd doesn't like Jimmy.
Yeah, looks to be a bit out there and a bit spicy.
I'm not going to call it light.
And that is a spicy meatball. It is gone, auf Wiedersehen. Chris gives it a nice courtesy sweep.
The power of one hand sweeping.
Oh, I think you had to draw right there to.
I really like the out turn because even if you end up somewhat freezing your own, it's just aimed at that back red one.
Yep.
That back red one is going to haunt Chad all the way to the end of this end. You'd love perfectly buried, biting top four, or off nose frozen aimed at that red one. Both are a 4 out of 4 with a little star and a smiley face beside it.
You give out stars there?
Well, it depends what age of kid I'm coaching.
Okay. Sounds good.
Once they're old enough, they just get frowny faces on bad ones.
This one's a little light, and it's on the guard. Not going to hurt the situation too much.
No, that's a frowny face. That was for the team with hammer. That's unfortunately frowny face. You could have been heavy and pushed your blue to the back red, and that'd have been okay because your shooter would have rolled off to the side somewhere, sat third. 2 centers is not usually what you want to do for the team with hammer or without a hammer.
So
Now,
this is Mike's time to shine right here. He's got to get one in there. This is
I'm not going to call this light either.
no, it's not spicy, but it's at least a little bit picante.
Well, nobody really wants to own this part. Maybe that path is a bit hard to read. Red pitched a couple heavy, blue threw a short one, so they're playing the I'm guessing based on what you're doing game. But now we're pot committed. We've got enough guards up there that it's just who's in the 4-foot wins.
Yep, so Lindsay's going to throw that come around.
Yep.
With her second.
I'm going to say you're now at the point where light is the pro miss, because if you throw a third guard, you're really sealing yours in there. If you're throwing heavy now, that pile of guards is all staggered and really unpleasant looking.
This seems to have more weight, so that's been adjusted for. Now it needs to come on over, Blue Rock.
I'm going to spend all day trying to remember what show you're reminding me of. Is that like Three's Company or something? Come on over?
It might have been in that, yeah.
Or the Golden Girls?
No, that was Come on, knock on my door.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
be waiting
yeah.
for you.
There we go. All right, well, not much has changed. Situation is still decent for blue. If red locks one on, that's going to be hard to score 2. You really would have liked to have not overlapped those 2 front ones on Lindsay's first guard.
So here's Chad's first.
Is it just me or did we lose a player? Where did May Honey go?
I think he visited the little skips room for a moment.
Because everybody does that right before they throw. Okay, a little wide. Weight looks solid.
They get this one down there. And there we see Chris sauntering back into the ice shed. Looking and feeling a little bit lighter.
Okay, where are you going to generate? I'm just skipping over that one. That's got no response whatsoever. You can hang that one out to dry all day long. I'm just going back to the game.
No, I think that you can. I think that you can make that draw. If you scan that guard, I think you will clear the red with how much it finishes, or at the very worst, chap off of it and get there.
I don't disagree. I just don't know if now's when to do that.
If not now, when? Because it's sticking out there enough that right now, Chad could fire at it, and I think with the angles, it has a chance of getting past the one in the back. It's going to be really close.
My paradigm is on skips rocks, your first one is about giving you 2 chances.
Right, okay.
Too often I see something like this where you have an all or nothing, you throw at it, you don't make it, the other team caps off any other chance you got, and you're stuck with what you have.
Right.
So imagine here, if let's pick that right side longer guard.
Okay.
Let's say you push that into the pile with back 8.
Sure.
You can catch it on the blue, you can catch it on the red, it's in the top of the 4. Even if you didn't do it brilliantly, you've now created a draw past both sides. So that's where I tend to gravitate towards. This is a perfectly good shot. But let's say, for example, he clunks the guard and just scatters things around a little bit, then there's virtually no chance of him getting a 2. So that's just my personal stance, is use your first skip shot on a makeable shot, but that still gives you 2 choices on your last one because your opponent can only take 1 away.
That sounds like a very reasonable take on it. Now, Chris had indicated that you want to basically guard Chad's ability to make that shot.
And in all fairness, he's sticking to what he's been doing, which is the safe plays. He's played a lot of guards to be safe, and that's fine. So now if I'm Chad, I take away that weirdo kind of angle-y thing, and, well, you've earned your 1.
Yeah, so right there, you see them pointing in the stone. That is probably the only danger rock right now.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I probably would have tried that one first. Let's see if we can invent a second point another way. How else could you? Yeah, you could technically tap the one Chris just threw with just, like, tap it to the can kind of weight.
Sure.
You could technically do that. He got it past the higher guard, so it's open. So he did technically leave himself 2 choices. It's just a bit harder. That's fine. So it looks like Chris is electing to take away that far right side tap.
I think another thing that Chris is saying, I definitely want to have the hammer in the 8th end. So let me make sure I have one on the board right now.
Correct. He's definitely in control right now, whether it's force 1, take 1, make sure they don't get 2, force 1 blank. You're in the driver's seat.
And we're trying to get Trevor to curl it over.
Now the center lines have been playing just a fraction high, as I would put it, so crossing them has been tricky. This is actually the first time I've seen someone call a guard by crossing center. I generally like that call on swinging ice, but with the slightly peaked center, that was trickier than expected.
I would say visit us 3 weeks from now, and that's the correct call.
Absolutely. That's what I tell most people to do. Anything that's in the 4-foot lines kind of draw, cross the center. Sorry, guard. You know what I mean.
Details aren't important, Gord.
Language. I speak half of one. All right, so we got this.
That's fair.
Angle. See? You're picking up on the half the language I speak.
I was working with some of my colleagues in Cortina, Italy, and all my colleagues are Scottish. And in theory, we speak the same language. We do not.
You use the same words, but very differently.
There's a phrase I use all the time when a rock is just kind of rolling across. I say it's skittering across. And that has a completely different meaning there.
Yep.
Means that you are reaching for a...
Bathroom serviettes.
Indeed.
So, my preference here is heavy draw. Tap it up for the second one because you're not going to do anything worse than still get one. Some people may want weight because you can read the line a little bit easier, but then you do risk taking your run out, and then you would give up possibly 3 if you really did it crazy bad. So the picture in my head is back 8-ish, draw with that blue one in the way.
Yeah, but he's going to give it a shot because I don't see any way that you're ever going to kill your blue here, so.
Well, they keep looking at the bottom one. That's where I'm a bit curious.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer the one on the 4-foot line as well.
Yeah. And it would be really hard to hit your own blue because the other quasi-guard would be in the way. So this is the safest shot to me.
And Chris is lining up now.
Pick your comfort weight.
Still, he hasn't sold himself yet. I think he's selling himself now. He's ready to sign.
He moved $100 from his left pocket to the right. He's now sold.
He made a deposit.
Trevor is like, I just want to sweep something.
Yep, and
or drink a beer.
Chris is sporting. Oh, now he's got back to the other one. Chris is sporting his Mr. Nibbles hat.
My guess is that last bit there was, and if perchance this hangs out here, we can make it this way on the back one.
That sounds good.
The danger of that conversation is to make that, you have missed your original one by about 6 inches. So you probably shouldn't even be taking that into account because that's a bad miss. I don't love it when I see people do that because it's now basically telling me you have no confidence in your shot.
That is one thing I try to tell some of our newer players that are looking to skip. Anyway, final stone for Chris Mahoney here in the 6th end. He's looking to play this long raise. Jimmy's on it hard to hold it for line. He's going to have to hold it all day.
He's on the red one, I think.
Still working hard, still working hard. He is on the red one. Well, no harm, no foul. It's a score of 1. It's 4-3 after 6. Let's see what else is doing here. We have Chris Laurent. He stole 3 in the 4th and yet another one in the 5th to take a 6-4 lead now in that game. So they flipped the script there pretty good. They are Pope Leo's favorite curling team because they're from Villanova University.
Do I dare ask what Pope Leo is?
The Supreme Pontiff of the Holy Roman
Pope
Catholic.
Leo. I thought I just had a bad accent. Pope Leo really likes them.
Yeah. And you spent this whole time saying I don't have an accent.
Slurring accent, what's the difference? Anyways, yeah.
Yep, Pope Leo's favorite team. So they really flipped the script there. There's a blank in 6, so they went from trailing by 2 to being up by 2 in just a few ends time. And now to put it your way, Greg Bucks is beating Die Bucks by 3.
All the color of their game is in their shirts right now.
And Utica has a 1-stone lead over Glessner on sheet D.
It's So you may not have caught it, and because we're on YouTube, I'm going to repeat what I just heard. It might be the quote of the day.
Let's hear it. I love quotes
And I
of the
quote,
day.
yeah, one of the athletes around here running along the sideboards to the washroom and goes, "My bladder is not in curling season condition yet." That is the quote of the day. I believe that was Sarah, your esteemed colleagues of volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a Crown Street treasure right there.
My bladder is not in curling season shape yet.
Things you hear at Bucks County Curling Club for 600.
That is fair. All right, we're stacking them up down the middle.
This has been the playbook, practically the Bible for Chris.
Oh, he's trying a different style. Put them side by side instead of in a straight line. I don't see a downside to either at this point.
And Trevor with a serpentine delivery. This is starting to turn in nicely. It's taking the curl. Doesn't have the weight that's required. Past the guard. It's going to come right on in and right on down to the forefoot.
That's a nice
Almost.
pressure shot.
That is a nice shot from Trevor.
You always love it to be a foot or two farther, but that is above tee, and that's the right way to miss it. That's a pressure all-in shot.
And now Jimmy's going to follow it down. You like following it down?
Yep. This is the shot I grew up on. Corner free is the one in the top of the 8. All kinds of good things can come out of that when there's 8 more rocks to come. 8. What am I talking about? 12. No, I've always liked this. If you happen to scooch past it, you're underneath of it. If your corner frozen on it, you have control over it, and they can't raise it. It's a very mixed doubles kind of shot.
So if you scooch past it, that's similar to shimmying past it?
Sure.
Okay.
Sneak past, scooch past.
Now they are
Give
both
it a quick
on
kiss
this.
kiss on the passing.
Okay, they got past the guard, and they're going to get right on around, and right onto the can. That's not bad.
No, you know, Chad could chase it, could try a freeze on it and start building things up. But right now, you're down 1 with blue. You're happy as a clam with a bunch of rocks in the forefoot. Take one, give one. That's not a bad outcome. So Chad's being the smarter version of himself and just getting rid of stuff out front.
And speaking of clams, our Canadian contingent has had quite a few Caesars this weekend.
Not me. I am very un-Canadian in that regard.
Yeah, you're the one that doesn't like it.
I'm the black sheep in that crowd. I was very impressed to see the Americans embracing the power of the Caesar, Canadian Caesar, for all of us that did come down.
We always want to accommodate. We're always ready for it. It's one of those things that if we didn't have it here, everybody would order it.
And be sad when it wasn't there.
So sad. So for those of you who don't know, a Bloody Caesar is like a Bloody Mary, but it's not.
It looks similar, tastes very different.
Because it's made with tomato juice and the rest of the Bloody Mary accoutrement and clam oil.
And don't forget Tabasco and Worcester
that's
sauce and a stick of celery and some...
I said all the accoutrement. All the accoutrement.
This guard's a little warm.
And now, see, I was trying to be polite and use both of your official languages in the same sentence.
Well, fair enough. I had never heard that before, but hey,
accoutrement.
Good for you being educated worldwide.
I be educated.
Chris is sticking to his keep it clean guns. I would say that was smart.
And so is Chad.
Yeah, that's right. Now, do you see blue, red, blue in this?
It certainly is. It's in the appendix. I don't know if it's like, chapter 1.
Oh, he's going over the top of it.
It is going to go over the top.
Doing it fakie style.
So, yep, Chris is just going to put it right back. I think he's happy playing steel here.
You may not want to look up at the other TV.
I won't.
Okay. The real Chris, like the real Slim Shady, is about to stick another guard up on top of everything.
Will he please stand up?
He already is.
Okay.
The third just stood up for him.
Fair enough.
This is looking good.
Yeah, Jimmy's and Mary, Fannin squared.
Yeah, that's solid. You can't see enough of the red to get anything other than taking it out.
Yeah, and last night we did have literally all the Fannins here. We had Papa Fannin and Mama Fannin.
I'm a fan of the Fannins.
Yeah, all the Fannins.
The stands were packed with the Fannins.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say that.
One time fast. Go for that. I would stick with the peeling guards if it was me.
Yeah, he sees a little piece of it and he's tempted.
The problem is there's still 3 blue rocks to come. So you're leaving a center guard. You're possibly going to leave rocks behind the tee line. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was doing good with the peel game.
Yeah, he called back line waiting. That does not seem to be a lot of ice. But what do I know?
Perhaps he's got a quirk in his delivery.
Trying to get Trevor to sweep it.
Trevor.
And it was not a lot of ice scored.
It was not a lot of ice, Dave. And they don't keep their shooter. But, you kind of got a peel out of it. But with that little weight, you actually just chopped that whole draw path off.
Right. And now Chris is subscribing to Shampoo Curling.
Rinse and repeat. I guess there's a lathering in there somewhere.
That's optional.
I think I just heard 4.
4 or 5 we heard. That's
Ooh,
very much Mary saying that.
That's cringy. Don't feel good about yourself.
So now I think you want to shift to the corner freeze if you can.
Yep. Create a little stagger on those front ones.
It's coming square up to the nose.
More,
get to the other side. It's not bad.
There you go,
That's not bad.
Oh, that's a good plan. Let's call it F.
Yeah, F works for that.
The downside, the red's going to stay in the house with a nice hit. Upside, you're still well guarded. It's 2 shots to get the blue out.
And the math will, if we keep that way, that math won't math anymore.
Yep, sooner or later that math be bad. Woo, Mike's going for a bit of a ride.
And here we go.
Interesting. Managed to keep both of the reds in play.
Okay, so that is a very, very lonely blue rock right now.
That was the downside of the rock going into the house. So now you have 1 lonely blue, 3 reds that are nowhere near a useful spot.
So do you draw down to this and sit 2? And say, well, let's just forget about the steal here.
My inclination is, how do I force 1 at this point? That steal is makeable, but you need 2 brilliant guards. And if he can see even a quarter of a rock, he doesn't even need to stick around to get 3. So I would probably switch gears to some version of how do I force 1, which to me is probably play a hit on the higher red one and either double the back and roll a hair left or roll just a tiny bit right in front of that back red one. And then they're going to hit the open one, you hit the open one, they hit the open 1-1.
See if we can hear them chat at all. Well, I hear his voice. I just don't know what he said.
The guard's your only steal shot, but man, that's risky. Freeze the back one. If you have your draw in your back pocket, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if
Corner freezing the front one's fine.
Yeah, you missed the. Okay, so we're going to have a mound visit here. Jimmy's going to skate on down, and you heard Chris say exactly what is the nitty and the gritty. If I throw the guard, this game's on the line.
I would say this is not the right time to risk the whole game. You have better choices. And
Jimmy likes to draw.
Frankly, the draw is easier because all you need is bite the 8-foot, half rock 8-foot, somewhere in amongst those reds.
And you could chap off the inside of the top one and be fine. You could
corner freeze the top one and you're fine. Freeze the back one. Yeah, absolutely. You got lots of choices.
Lots of options. Optionality.
Plans A through, I don't know, H live over there. This guard is one option. Depth isn't such a concern, but you got to be really square in front of it.
So Chris is feeling very confident or very thirsty right now.
I don't love the demeanor of his face. Doesn't exactly tell me he's sold on this, but hey, decision made, commit and throw.
Yep, this is what we're doing now. I still have half a chance that he might get talked out of it. Nope, he's in. Here we go. Chris Mahoney with his first of 2 in the 7th.
This is all a sweeper shot.
It's on the way. Needs to curl over a few feet now. Chris is reminding them of that.
Gotta split the center line. That's absolutely imperative.
Okay, he usually gets big finish on his rocks. He's gonna need it now. Gotta go every inch, scrub it over. Not bad at all. You know what?
That's money.
Pretty darn good, Gord.
I think he tapped that spot enough times to make a pothole because it put it right into it.
Whoa.
If he can do that one more time, then this time game's likely tied.
I don't know if he could have walked down and put it there better.
Now, there's no real risk in Chad trying the double here. The only danger is you dead nut it, blue stays on the pot, and you've left your red as the guard.
And then Chris draws a second one in there.
Yeah. Or a second guard.
Or a second
he's
guard.
Kind of been playing safe that way.
Right. Either or. He's gonna have Mr. Momentum will change his address.
So I usually tell the person in the house in this case, be keenly aware of where you cannot hit it. I know where you do want to hit it, but you really need to also understand where you cannot hit it and keep that in your pocket because that's the game if you hit it exactly where you cannot.
We had a shot like that today.
Yep.
And guess what happened, Gord?
We didn't keep in mind where not to hit it. Like right there.
Oh, it's going to be. Will it not be shot rock? They make it so it's not shot.
Second, they got away with a little there.
Okay, so for my 50 cents, I like to hit on the back one now and lie to.
I draw back 4 foot.
If you're second, back 4 is not bad. I don't need. Sorry, I know you don't like that one.
But everybody understands. It's all good. You can certainly play to that back red. Ideally, you even tap it the half a rocks that you're sitting to. They have the free draw for 1. You just threw that guard.
Mm-hmm.
You do the exact same thing with 6 feet more weight. It sucks in behind it. top button, on button, back four, anything in that path, it would be very brazen for him to attempt the run back.
Right, and Lindsay likes that shot, and Chris just, I could see in motion with his broom, they just made that.
I wouldn't fault them for either one. That short tap on the one to the side's fine.
Now here's our second mound visit at the end.
Is this Little League where the pitching coach can go out as many times as they want to? Now this is a good mound visit. This is also a potential game changer. But Chad's counting his blessings that blue one rolled that far.
And it just rolled that far.
If that rolls half a rock less, there's not a question on this. You draw into the can. Because then he's playing against
two.
I was going with
the teams on sheet C and D are having quite the colloquy.
Okay, guess dancing keeps your legs warm while you wait. All right, so we've settled on freeze, tappy, something into that back red one. So that red's going to be quote-unquote forced one.
This is my preferred shot.
Got no problem with it. I just find it funny that you risked the game on the last one, and then this one you go out there and go, let's play it safe.
That's a very good point. Chris Mahoney with his final stone. This is, he rolled this one out of his hand.
It's also not heavy.
He's going to want this one back.
Is there enough to clip that front red one? Just pop in? Nope.
Nope. I get a feeling he said, whoa. Well.
Draw for three.
Yeah, now it's for three.
That's twice in, 2 ends, 3 ends where they've given points back. That's unfortunate. Now, sadly, had they used that weight with the other turn, they'd be sitting on the C of the word curling and thinking, that's not so bad.
Now, this is unfortunate. A draw for three here might be the game.
It's not made till it's made, but he just has to bite the 8-foot.
And all the games and all the sheets are absolute barn burners right now, so.
It's tight across the board, and that's what you want in a group of finals. Nobody likes a final blowout, whether it's the A, B, C, or the D.
Final stone of the 7th end.
Trevor.
Jan Vandermeer looking for Trevor to sweep it.
Less Trevor.
And it looks like he made no mistake with this one, so that's score of 3. Now, 4-point advantage. They're going to verify and make sure, but yeah.
That's the handshakes.
And that will be the conclusion. So congratulations to the Ice Bandits of the Richmond Curling Club, winning the 2025 Big Buckin Bonspiel. Chad Vandermeer, Mike Conway, Jesse Atfield, and Trevor Gore. And certainly a fine effort from the team squad from Bucks County. Chris, Lindsay, Jimmy, and Mary.
I'll throw it out there. I came a long way for this, and it was worth every cent and every minute on the airplanes, trains, and automobiles. This was a great event, and I highly recommend people come try it again next year.
I appreciate that endorsement, and it's been a pleasure to have you as our guest.
Thank you very much.
And it's been a pleasure to have all of you who joined us viewing us. So for Gord Coppathorne, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Have a pleasant day.